What is going on? I'm Zedmont. That is Zedmont over there in that creator boost, in case you forgot. I know I was not around a lot last week. Very, very good personal reasons for that, I assure you. Now, I am in the diamond tier. I'm not going to bore you with this account, though, because this account is genuinely boring to attack with, because I only have 50% troop damage, lots and lots of defensive stuff. We've gotten all the way to that building health and shock mines and shock launchers. We're not going to bore you with that, though, because watching that account attack is like watching paint dry. As you can see here, I'm getting some engine rooms, they're getting some engine rooms, people are failing, I'm failing. It's a bloodbath. I'm going to focus on something that's a little bit more useful for the masses today. And that is going to be this account. This is my account that's at rank 19, and it's stuck at HQ level 17. Can't get that next engine room, unfortunately, but also don't have instant training. And I guess I could just unlock all this stuff just for the sake of saying that we've got everything unlocked. Let's get those medics unlocked. I suppose I can also get bullet maxed. We'll also get our med kits maxed. I'm not really using med kits, but we might as well get them maxed. Not using brick. Let's get her going anyways. I'm going to show you how I've been attacking on this account. Generally winning, making some silly mistakes, but generally winning. And you might be looking at this account going, Warriors? What in the world? So because we've got no instant training, I've been using whatever troops I can find. So Warriors actually work out pretty darn well, but it really depends on this kind of base layout, which a bunch of people have moved to for some reason, not working all that terribly well. But on this base layout, it should be like just straight bombardiers. We're going to use Kavan and should be able to just throw one flare there and go 1-2 there. And then we're just going to wait a couple seconds until that mortar starts to go down. And then we'll go something like this, just full on dropping. Kavan is going to run forwards into harm's way. That's why those guys are there. And then he's just going to walk side to side, bringing out as many pink zombie dudes as he can. And that's where knowing how to drop your troops is incredibly important. If we would have dropped our troops without an active flare, would have had a very bad time. But because we know how to drop our troops, no problems or concerns for us whatsoever. By dropping the rest of our bombardiers as that first flare is active, we can just walk through all of this stuff. Bombardiers staying out of range of things. And now we're going to end up with a time of about, I'm going to guess we're going to be at about 250, I'm going to say, which should be more than fast enough to win. And as soon as those bombardier shots are in the air, we're going to throw our flare out. That flare is going to be half a second late. So we're going to be a little bit slower than we could have been, but that's not what I was trying to show you. Yes, it will be useful. We are going to pick up the win. Just got to keep that active flare. Now, I'm going to over-explain this. You should not be using Grenadiers at this point of the season. Put your Grenadiers away. There is no use for them. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. If we watch my replay, so we're going to get to 2 times mode. We're going to pause right about there and go to half times mode. That mortar is still alive. That flare is still active. Damage is incoming. That's why we start to drop all of those bombardiers. Now, those bombardiers do start walking towards that flare. That flare is then no longer active. And then, of course, Kavan always walks to his flag. That's why we pump those pink zombie crews as fast as we can and get those shocks out, because Kavan is gonna walk forward, you know that for sure, because he doesn't care about flares. And then it's just walking through. Super simple. Definitely could have been faster, but that's not the attack I wanted to show you. Hopefully we can get a different base layout. This is what I've been wanting to show you guys. So I've been doing something a little bit silly, little bit wonky, and we're gonna go something like this. This should be more than enough of what I've been trying to show you. We're going to get old, what's his face there? Old, Mr. Bullet out in that neighborhood. We're going to get a couple smokes, 1 and 2 onto there. getting all of our dudes underneath that smoke. This is where I didn't use med kits in the past, but we might as well get that one med kit out right there. We're going to throw one more smoke right there. That's going to go down. We're going to get all of our troops onto there. And now I haven't even looked at what's going to happen up here yet. So up in here, we're going to have a little bit of a problem because, of course, sky shields and whatnot, but we should be able to get Mr. Bullet to go something like that. We can get those back there. And as that flare right there is active, we're going to go something like this. Bullet is going to taunt. Our bombardiers are going to start coming out. We've got almost no warriors left because I completely and utterly screwed it up. And not what I was hoping to do. So Bullet is still shielding like my one warrior dude back there. And we've got one set of bombardiers on this back right-hand side, slowly but slowly taking that down. Did not go nearly as well as I was hoping it to. Generally, I'm above 3 minutes on these hits, but you're starting to see the potential. That was an awful attack, my first of the day with warriors. But you can start to see how we can combine some troops. And the fact is, we only lost by 7 seconds, and that was a terrible hit. So using this path right here, where your warriors are running for this flare right here, which gets your bombardiers running in the same direction, and doing that split hit with two vastly different troops. If you ever asked me if I'd be doing warrior bombardier hits, I'd probably say no. I'd also say that make sure you cancel your matchmaking in the first 4 seconds. It hasn't been, I feel like matchmaking has changed this season where it'll just bang, instantly get like a 6 engine room base. And by the way, because there are so many 5 engine rooms, you're generally as a 4 going to get 6, which does not go quite so well. Now, again, this is going to go exactly, this is more of what I was looking to get. We're going to drop Bullet right about there. Going to get him running as far as we possibly can ahead. And then as soon as he gets just out of reach, we're going to drop the rest of those warrior dudes. Now, we're going to go 1, 2, and 3 all the way into there, trying to get ground flares to get Bullet to knock down all of those things we wanted him to, and then slowly but surely getting all the rest of things going, smoking in onto that final next resting spot. I say final, but we all know it's not the final resting spot. So now we're going to throw our next pre-smoke, and things are about to get very interesting. So there we go. Now we're just going to run through all of this stuff, hit a bunch of those mines, and then Bullet is going to pop back out, and we're going to drop these next bombardiers on that right-hand side. We've got some warriors onto that final engine room. As you can see, I say final engine room, but as you can see, Bullet is standing out front. Need to get a little bit of medical attention there. And our bombardiers are taking down this one. We're going to get some critters in that very back corner as Bullet does his darndest. A little bit faster, but not what I've been... I promise this strategy is better than this. We are better than this. Just poor execution on my part. Yeah, not great. Let's see what ICG is doing. They are trying to use... Did they heavy rush us? Regardless, we picked up the win. Yippity-doo. Moving on up back to almost where we started at the beginning of this video. Back in 19, let's get one more hit. We will spend those diamonds. Really hope that their base is going to be susceptible to warrior hits. If you are at this point of the season, it is still not too late to apply that Admiral's key. It's getting to that point of the season, though, where really, this is perfect. Thank you to the Boom Beach gods of the world. Let's get that out. Let's get all of these warriors out. And this hit should be exactly what I was trying to show all of you. We're going to go 1, 2, 3 into about there. As soon as Bullet starts to get to about there, we're going to get underneath, trying to get that absolute shortcut. We're going to pre-smoke all of our troops, and then finally can throw that final smoke into about there, and then one shock about there. Just getting all of our dudes underneath there, and then finally throwing these last 2 boats of bombardiers. You see, they're using that exact same strategy we did in our first attack, but slightly differently done. And then getting that flare onto that final engine room, and we're going to end up with 3 minutes and 4 seconds. Pretty darn quick. Quick note, random, if you have a huge canvas tent, please message me on the comments. My kid living in the backyard, his tent is dead and not going to make it through. He's been in the backyard 3.5 years, and it's just not going to make it through the winter. So I put a plea out on the internet, so I figured I'd mention it here as well. We are going to pick up the win. Give that strategy a shot. It's going to be troops that you don't use anyways. A lot of you are not using warrior. I've seen 0 people use warriors against me. And if you don't have instant training, it means it gives you an extra set of troops to use. And then once that's done, if you run out of warriors, you just mix in. You go back to all bombardiers, or you go back to all rocket choppers, or you've got your heavies and Zukas. Just gives you an extra tool in the kit. And as you can see, it's got me in 19. It's not going to get me to diamond, because as soon as you get into the neighborhood of 20, you start getting higher level bases. I just can't compete against 6 engine room bases with this base, but just wanted to get one more detail out there in case that helps somebody out there. I'm not going to do an op hit. We're going to keep this video super simple because I am drowning in work and life, but wanted to get this video out simply because a bunch of you have been asking where I am and where the videos are and all the rest. Life got in the way in a massive way, but sitting at home now should be good for this upcoming week. I'll talk to you soon, though. Thanks for coming in. I'm Zedmont. Peace.